okay, I don't want to cry this morning. This is a little, I'm a little schmoopy about this. It's a little sad, but we have to celebrate the man who just hung up his cleats after an incredible, truly, truly transcendental decade-long career with the Ravens, with the Jets, a five-time Pro Bowl, all-pro linebacker. Of course, I mean, let's just, as a whole career thing, we got to put in those two-time national champion at Alabama notes too. CJ
Yeah.
Mosley,
Real talk.
congratulations on your retirement.
Thank you so much. How you doing?
I'm okay. It's not about me though. How does it feel?
I've been doing well. No complaints. As the intro said, what would your legacy be? We got it, right here. Legacy Trust Sports Group just started a sports agency for football. So that is my main focus now that I'm retired. Represent college players for NIL marketing. Make sure they're handling their money right, putting in the right situations, taking care of them so they can focus on football and get, to the NFL. And, once they get to the NFL, we would represent them, entirely, client services. Me being a mentor, that leadership role, I can, grow with these players and give them the blueprint that I've had on the field, as successful as I've been, but also, and most importantly, off the field when it comes to managing money, making sure the right people on your side, making sure we are taking care of the things that need to be done so they can, focus on their career. And when they're ready to, hang them up or, start venturing off for their next adventure, we want to be the ones to make sure that they're connected and, doing the right things off the field.
It's Legacy Trust Sports Group. Congratulations on that. You're continuing that role as a mentor, like you're saying, and you're the co-founder. You own this business. It's very cool. It's your friend, your business partner, Brandon, that's doing it alongside you. And that leadership role, that mentor, that building the right team, the right people, it is so important. You're just hearing me talk about how Terry gets this deal finally done, that this happens. As a sports agency owner and a former player, you're the perfect guy to ask a couple questions to about a couple things going on. I've talked about Trey today, talked about Terry. I'm just going to hit you with Micah right away here. Micah Parsons, a lot is being made. I don't know if you saw this because now you're retiring, you're focused on other things. He was sort of laying on a table for a bit. Do you see this?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay, so this is it. A lot is being made about this, CJ. People are saying that it was disrespectful to his teammates, people being Twitter heads, whatever. How would you see that if you're a player and you look over?
It's a time and a place for everything. I don't know him. I'm not in the locker room, so my piece is my piece. But he's a leader, and everyone looks up to him. So you just have to understand that sometimes you just have to be the bigger person. And I'll just leave it at that.
But if you're as an agency, that was the player perspective. Now give me the agency owner perspective. How do you get this deal done? And I can't imagine that would be the way to get it done.
Well, he's a special person to say that things he can do on the field are amazing. I'm sure he's a great person off the field. He has a great following. So once again, I would say the same thing. Like as a person that would be representing him, he has to make his decisions on the field, and that's the part of legacy. What you do on the field, that's going to be your legacy. But that trust, that's the most important part. So no matter what words are getting said or what's being portrayed, if the trust is not there, it's always going to be a problem. So if that isn't there, then, maybe it's something that won't get fixed. But like I said, at the end of the day, he has to just understand, his statue. And like I said, it's just a time and a place for everything. And with the media and the team and that star on his helmet, any little thing that he does, just like being in New York, is going to get portrayed a certain way, and usually it's not the way that you want it to be portrayed.
Well said. I'm gonna miss you on the field, CJ. I don't know how much I like. You're talking like this, like I don't know if I like it. How's it fitting on you? What do you miss most right now?
I'll start with the crazy one that I miss. I miss watching film. Just that studying those long hours just to get that one play right and just to tell the whole defense what's about to happen. I mean, that's a feeling that I don't know if you can get that on the outside world, but other than that, the obvious thing is just the teammates and just the locker room talk. I went to my Quincy Williams' birthday yesterday, so they was talking about like who might be getting cut, and just a little locker room talk. I was like, hey, I don't know what they talk about right now, but the cool thing about that was nobody like really asked about retirement thing, so it kind of felt like I was still part of the team. But those are my boys. But I mean, like I said, that's the easy part, is missing the locker room, the teammates. But, just that that grind that you have to go through, like, you just really realize that anytime you have that emblem on you, it's a privilege. The walk in the training room injured is a privilege. To go eat lunch in the cafeteria, that's a privilege. Go do free weights and do whatever you want. Just to be in that building is a privilege, no matter what the circumstances are. So you just have to realize that and just try to take advantage of every day, because, one snap or one pregame movement, it can be over just like that.
Gosh, I hope every NFL player for the rest of time hears what you just said. You are such a leader, such a mentor. So I'm so happy that you're continuing with everything that you're doing with Legacy. But are you retired? You're saying nobody brought up retirement. That makes me think, let's say the Knicks feeling okay come playoff time. Is there a world where you and Ozzy get on the phone? How retired are you?
I'm retired right now. So that's what we're gonna keep it at. I am retired.
I'm retired right now.
I'm working 100% working for Legacy Trust.
And I love that. When you talk, it's no wonder Bill Belichick loved you, and you're part of this. As I was thinking about just like your career, the moments that I sort of got to see, it was always just like Belichick has this rare club of like 3 people that he like would speak really highly to and of before games, right? CJ Mosley, like you were part of that club. You played against him twice a year for a while. What was that like? And I think we even have some footage. We've seen some mic'd up moments. Like, what was it like knowing that like people on his own team didn't even want to see him pregame? Like because he did. But you must have gone to work those days being like, "F yeah, I get to go hear what Bill has to compliment me about." What were those conversations like?
It's kind of weird, honestly, because I grew up, watching him and seeing the same thing that everybody else saw. So, just to see him and hear him, speak on my name and give me praise, man, it was a great honor. He's the same coaching tree with Coach Saban. So I definitely, understand what those words mean. And even though we were opponents, that made me want to, keep working harder. He didn't coach me, but like, I don't want to disappoint him, especially when I'm playing against him. So I knew that, one, that he hated the Jets, while I was with the Jets, but, also I knew that his team will always be prepared for every situation, and the type of schemes that they run, and the mentality that they had, that lit a flame in me to try to outperform the coaching staff and try to be smarter than what they were trying to put on the field. So for me, it was just my way of trying to respectfully show him that I'm the player that he thinks I am by balling out against him.
Yeah, you balled out a lot, just on every team against every opponent. I'd like to just take a second. I know you're not thinking about retirement and all that, but like your greatness needs to be celebrated right now, okay? Top 5 in tackles over the last decade, top 5. 3 straight seasons with at least 152 tackles. Only 11 guys have ever done it. That's rare company. When you look back at the legacy that we're talking about here, what makes you the most proud?
I think I would say, I will say earning the Gold Star this past year. When I was in Baltimore, we had captains every week, so we didn't do the C's on the chest while I was there. But as a Jet, I was able to earn 5 selections as captain, which gets you the Gold Star and the gold emblem. So unfortunately, I didn't play too much with that emblem, but that was a big thing for me to, because I'm big on, to my peers, what they think of me, not really the outside world and fans, but how I come to work every day and try to give everything back to my teammates. And, that's really the highest reward when, your teammates and the people that sacrifice the same as you, think that highly of you.
It's amazing. I mean, we were talking in the morning meeting just about like, if we get to nitty gritty outside of like all the other things, just like your coverage skills were just insane. Like, I don't understand. If you could just take me, indulge me to this memorable moment from your last season as a Raven in 2018. It was week 17. I think you were playing the Browns here. Division's on the line. Do you remember this?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Let's take a listen.
A 4th and 10. And here they come. Mayfield's pass. It's intercepted by Mosley. And the Ravens are going to take the division.
What do you remember?
It's a lot. I don't know how much time we got. So before this play, 2 years of football are running in the back of my head as this 2 minutes winding down. So 2 years ago, last game of the season, fighting for a playoff spot. What was it? Playing Pittsburgh, and we're playing the Bengals at home, 4th and 12. We in a like a mug defense, so I'm pretty much like deep middle. So I know that they got to get a first down to win the game, and I'm sprinting back like 20 yards, knowing that a seam route's coming, and I just watch the ball just slowly go over my head. I think Boyd run the touchdown and lose the game. Fast forward next year, last game of the season, fighting for the last playoff spot, we had Pittsburgh, the infamous, AB reach for a touchdown over, I think, like 5 of us. So embarrassing. My feet's all kicked up in the air on the screenshot. So that's 2 years in a row that, it's the last drive for the defense, 2 minute, get off the field, we're in the playoffs. Fast forward to this clip right here, same thing. All right, they drive in, they got the big play. Now it's like, all right, it's this time again. Like, we got to make a play. We can't let it happen 3 years in a row. So we getting kind of the same mug defense, and I know I'm blitzing, but based off the formation, I see the slot receiver a little tight. So I'm like, if this lineman blocked me, I'm just gonna pop out and get in the window, and it's a perfect spot, man. It was a crazy moment. Crazy moment
that decided the AFC North on a single play, which is sort of like, I guess, what you were known for. Is it more instinct? You said you knew about the blitz. Like, was it more instinct, or were you supposed to drop? Like, I don't understand.
It was kind of a read, but more of an instinct too, just understanding the down the distance, what they were looking for, knowing that we're showing full out pressure. So he probably just didn't expect me to pop out right there, but I saw that slot receiver a little tight, so I just took a shot and it worked.
Who was the toughest opponent to tackle?
For me, definitely Le'Veon Bell.
Really?
Yeah, his style was great. Love watching him, love playing against him. He was patient. He let his blockers do the work. Had a mean, dead leg and stiff arm. Can get out at the slot, can get out at one, route you up. So he was definitely a handful. And he definitely got me a few times, especially early in my career. So he was always fun to compete against.
I love that. I want to talk a little bit about what you're here to promote and talk about, which is exciting. Prime Video, it's a show that was released August 21st. It's called The Home Team New York Jets. You're a busy guy. I don't know if you have time for Ozzy's calls later this year because you have your agency, but I do want to ask you about the new show. What is something I'm going to learn about you watching the 6-episode series?
Well, you're going to see me at home, which a lot of people don't see. You're going to see the different side, the father side of me. Just dealing with everyday life after football. And I think a cool thing about this documentary, fast forward now, middle in the season, I won't give away which one, but you really see my life just transition. I go from getting ready against New England, having my daughter being born, and getting home and not knowing that this is going to be my last time playing football. And like I said, it went from I'm this football player trying to win a championship. Now I'm injured, and now I'm transitioning, to my newborn daughter and that life. So I really just watched one life end and another one begin. So it's just kind of a last look of my NFL career and starting post NFL. I
mean, fans get to see a peek into what the emotions must be, right? Like the journey that players, and not only players, I like, it's a real decision. And thank you for sharing your family side of that, to go over the course of what these decisions are, the ones that you can control, the ones that you can't control. I was reading, I think somewhere that like last conversation, that decision by the Jets, like that's on video, that's in this.
I haven't finished it. I'm on episode 3. I've been taking my time with it.
Good, yeah.
I just kind of go through the emotions.
It's emotional to watch.
Yeah. The season and just everything. It's an emotional season.
Yeah. Well, we'll get you better and back on the field for a Super Bowl run somewhere, I have a feeling. I wanted to ask you, just with the Jets, obviously you played with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers moves on to the Steelers, as luck would have it, CJ. They're facing each other week 1, which is pretty fun. Jets defense, they'll be riled up, intense. Aaron will be riled up, of course, with Tomlin and company, and Smith and company. What you said you miss watching tape. What would the game plan be? What would the game plan be against Aaron week 1?
Keep him off his feet. If his feet are set, or obviously if you know what you're running, it's going to be a long day. If you're getting that rhythm, it's going to be a long day. So for the defense, for the Jets, just making sure they're showing great coverage, making sure they're not, giving away linebackers moving too early because he's going to know everything. And D-line just got to get to work, keep him off his feet, and make him throw those passes overhead so they can pick them off or check downs and, get some tips and overthrows. Got to get those.
Would you bring pressure to try to get him moving?
Yeah, definitely get him up the middle. I mean, if the D-line can get the pressure without taking away linebackers and safeties, I mean, that'd be, a beautiful day. But yeah, it's definitely mixing it up because, like I said, he's seen it all. Year 20 plus years, so he's seen everything. So it's really just going to be the defense staying connected, getting off the field, and most importantly, stopping the run.
Were you impressed with him?
I would say so. I mean, it's not easy to come back from an injury and miss a whole year. I'll say that because when I opted out in 2020 and came back in 21, my body felt good, but some of my timing was off. Some of the footwork was off just based off my film from the next year and compared to the year I took off and came back. I could just see like small little details that if I was here, if I was in this spot, or if I would react just a second faster, I would have made that play. So taking a year off, and especially off an injury, I think just the timing of everything is really what you miss and what you need back. So I think him coming back this year, playing a full year, obviously if he stays healthy, I think he's going to have a good year. So I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Short little break here. We appreciate you, CJ Mosley. Do not go anywhere. I'll give you a proper goodbye in a minute, but I just want to remind everybody to go check out Prime Video, the home team, New York Jets. I want to ask you about these Ravens real quick. They're the favorites. Right. Do you know that?
They are the favorites.
They're the favorites right now. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, every year they're Super Bowl contenders, so yeah, definitely not surprised there. But AFC North is tough, and obviously you just gotta be the closest to the healthiest team towards the end. So every year they're gonna have a shot.
Rod Woodson, Hall of Famer, friend of the show, he said in a broadcast that LAMAR couldn't beat the 2000 Ravens Super Bowl defense. You've played with and against LAMAR. What is your reaction to that?
They didn't see his speed at quarterback. I'm sure some fast people at the skill positions. So maybe that would have been the X factor. But if you'd have took a couple hits from Melody and Ed and Ray, I don't know. You're gonna have to throw that ball at some point. So that would have been a tough one. That would have been fun to see though. I think that would have been a backyard football game for him. I think LAMAR would have loved that type of game.
It certainly would have been. And I like Lamar's chirp. I don't know Lamar, but I like that I don't know him. But he'll sometimes hop up on Twitter and just start giving it back to people. I just love it. Yeah. I love everything about it. I wish you would have played with him a little longer.
Yeah, I mean, I called him at the beginning, the transition, with Joe and all that. So I definitely, watched him, those couple years I did watch him grow from, that rookie quarterback to trying to learn a new system, and they were trying to, put all the pieces together for him. So, I mean, obviously it would have been awesome to, keep playing with him and, have that type of quarterback, every single day. But it's definitely been cool to see him grow and how he handled himself on and off the field.
I feel like you should be on TV, CJ.
I mean, we can talk ball all day, but I don't know about the other stuff.
Be so for real. Yeah, I'm sure you don't like that. But I mean, I feel like there's room for you somewhere. Have you ever thought about it?
Not too much, but I didn't close the door. We'll see. We'll see where life goes.
You barely closed the door on retiring. I'm on to you. I hope. How's the neck feeling? Just so we know. Are you feeling okay?
It's good. I mean, daily life is definitely 100% better. But if I step out on the field, I won't be the same CJ Mosley. So that's what it comes down to. If I got to step on the field and think about making a tackle, then I can't be any good for you.
Well, you're very honest. You're the absolute best. Things can change. Let's leave all the doors open. I wish you nothing but the best. Congratulations on your career, on Prime Video's New York Jets, the home team, and everything. And of course, your amazing venture into business and mentorship and leadership with Legacy. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thanks, CJ. Appreciate you too. Talk soon.
All right.
You can hop by this show and talk ball anytime you want.